This story comes from a man named Alex, and it happened to him and his friends one weekend a few years ago. Visual. A photo or graphic of an old rustic cabin in the woods appears on screen. Alex and his friends wanted a weekend getaway, sometime away from the city. They found the perfect spot online, a remote cabin on the edge of a small man-made lake called Echo Creek. The photos looked great, a cozy fire pit, a wide porch, and nothing but woods for miles. They booked it. When they arrived, everything was exactly as advertised. The cabin was old but charming. The lake was still and quiet. After settling in, they spent the evening just like they planned, grilling, telling jokes, and laughing around the fire. But as the night wore on, a feeling of unease settled over them. It started with a sound from the woods, a sound they couldn't place. It wasn't an animal. It was a faint, low-pitched humming sound, almost like a machine. They joked that it was just an old generator from a neighboring property. But the sound wasn't regular. It would stop and start again, seemingly at random. Later, they went inside, and that's when things got truly strange. A visual switched to a close-up of a dark hallway or a single light flickering. Around 2 Alex woke up to a scratching sound. Not from inside the cabin, but from the front door. It sounded like someone was dragging their fingernails down the wood slowly and deliberately. He froze, holding his breath, listening. The scratching stopped, and then a series of soft taps began, right on the glass of the window next to the door. He looked at the window but couldn't see anything. He told himself it was just a branch in the wind, but the taps became more insistent, faster. Tap, 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 tap. He pulled the covers over his head, heart pounding. The next morning, the sun was shining, and the fear from the night before seemed ridiculous. They all laughed about it over coffee. But then, as they were getting ready to leave, Alex looked at the front door, and he saw them. Visual, the camera slowly zooms in on a shot of the front door. The camera focuses on a cluster of marks on the wood, maybe with a flash of light highlighting them. Dozens of tiny scratch marks were etched into the varnish, all clustered together, starting from about 3 feet off the ground and going all the way down to the floor. And on the window pane, smeared across the glass, were 4 distinct smudged fingerprints. They got out of there and drove away as fast as they could. Visual. You are back on screen, looking serious. Alex later did some research. The cabin was on a website with no reviews. But he found an old forum about the area and its history. He learned that the cabin was built on the site of a very old home that was torn down. A home where a little girl had gone missing almost 100 years ago. She was never found. And the local legend was that her spirit was forever trapped there, looking for a way in. Final shot. A quick, flickering image of a child's handprint on a window pane. The sound of a child humming softly can be heard in the background. A story like this makes you wonder, doesn't it? What was that thing at the door, and what did it want? If you like this story, please give this video a like, share it with a friend who loves a good scare, and hit that subscribe button for more terrifying true stories. And remember, some doors are meant to stay closed.